The Lunaverse, Episode 27, Chapter 2, This Magic Moment, from Crisis on Two Equestrias by Rainbow Double Dash. I'm not saying it's a bad idea, Pinky. Twilight is sure to prank perpetually peppy party pony putting a hoof on her withers. I'm just saying Trixie's probably not going to be in the mood for a party right after waking up. Just hold off until she's strong enough. Pinkie Pie put a hoof to her mouth and thought, before smiling and nodded fervently.
That's okay,
The element of laughter declared.
I'll give it more time to set up.
Twilight returned to smile, thankful she had diffused the situation. The two were in Sugar Cube Corner, where Pinkie was watching in the front counter, while the cakes baked up a storm of fresh pastries for the eager students of Ponyville. The day was even colder than yesterday, and every pony, even those lucky enough to get their own magically warming scarves or cloaks or the like, were hoping to get their hooves on the food while it was hot and fresh. Maybe try to keep it low-key, too, even after she gets better. Pinkie Pie nodded, even as Twilight finished paying for the 4 muffins she was buying. 2 of which were jam-encrusted and for Spike.
Quite boring. Not like you're kind, but still better than no party at all. Oh, I can't wait for Trixie to get better now. I wasn't able to give her a party the first time she came in town, and the second time she was talking all mean because of the ambulance. But third time's time.
Twilight just chuckled as she took her bag of muffins in a telekinetic grip, waved goodbye to Pinkie, and walked out to Ponyville. It was the day after Trixie had been found in Applejack's front yard, and already Ponyville was gossiping up a storm. The citizenry of the farming town seemed to require and live off of gossip as much as food and water, with word spreading quickly and ponies trying to figure out what this meant. A few mentioned that they had heard the great and powerful Trixie had put on a show in Huffington, one of the towns near Ponyville. Apparently, she had gone back to wandering the land as a stage musician, but if the gossip was anything to go by, she had cleaned up her act immensely. Crowds of ponies were once more flocking to her in droves. It was all around good news, basically, and helped put Twilight's mind at ease, at least a little, as she had worried that Trixie had returned to Ponyville, having been unable to return to her previous profession. Though, it did raise an interesting question. Where was her cart? Surely she had acquired another mobile stage. What had happened to it? Her thoughts were interrupted as she passed by the spa, and saw Rarity and Fluttershy emerging. The elements of generosity and kindness, respectively. The two had started going on mutual spa trips not long after the incident with Nightmare Moon had brought Twilight and her closest friends together in the first place. On spotting Twilight, Rarity let out a slight gasp and rushed over to her, even as she was careful not to get any snow or mud on her freshly hoof-cured hooves.
Twilight,
She said as she was close.
is it true? Is Trixie really actually an apple icus?
Twilight nodded. Dr. Stable thinks that she was struck by lightning and then overchanneled, she explained. Rarity let out a gasp of worry at that. Twilight had to hold up her hose to calm her down. She's fine. In fact, the doctor thinks she might wake up today or tomorrow. Rarity put a hoof to her chest at that, breathing out a sigh of relief.
That's not a relief, she said. Trixie may not be the most agreeable of ponies, but I would hate to think that anything bad had happened to her,
Even after she had put us all through. Fluttershy nodded at that, though she frowned.
Struck by lightning?
She asked.
But there wasn't any lightning in the snowstorm. Cloudsdale makes sure that no lightning cloud has lightning strong enough to seriously hurt anybody anyway.
Twilight shrugged. Out of a lack of knowing the answer rather than a lack of care. We'll just have to ask her when she wakes up, she said. I don't know if I'll be there, though. I need to get to my home cleaning up for Princess Celestia.
Gah!
Twilight's eyes widened at her own words.
Oh no, I completely forgot. Princess Celestia is coming to town tomorrow. Sorry, girls, I have to go.
She didn't wait for her goodbye as she rushed off. She had, of course, remembered to start cleaning when she had finally made her way home yesterday, and had been doing more of the same all this morning. But with Trixie and her condition on her mind, she had only been putting in a half-hearted effort. She knew, her mind not really on the task, but she skipped something in the checklist. Would there be anything worse than having her make her bed only to realize that she hadn't cleaned her bed sheets yet? Well, of course there was. Princess Celestia might still earlier.
Gah!
Twilight cried, galloping faster. Earthbound magic was a potent yet subtle force, allowing the farmer ponies of Equestria to rapidly grow multiple harvests throughout the year. making Equestria the single largest exporter of food on the entire continent by an order of magnitude. Even the most powerful Earth Pony magic, however, couldn't make apple trees bloom in the middle of winter. This meant that Applejack, and indeed the entire Apple clan, typically had little to do during the shorter days of the cold season, at least compared to their normal workload. Thus, Applejack was sitting in her room, keeping an eye on Trixie whilst he kept caught up in her almanac for the coming year, when a long, pained groan came from somewhere beneath the covers that Trixie had unconsciously buried herself under. Applejack set her almanac aside, was on her hose in an instant, as Trixie slowly poked her head out from beneath the seats and comforters, eyes glassy and unfocused, as she gazed out Applejack's bedroom window, blinking a few times. "Trixie?" Applejack asked, trying around to the other side of her bed, waving a hoof in front of her Charles's eyes. "You okay, Sugar Cube?" Trixie was silent for several long moments, her eyes gradually coming into focus. She tried to lift her head, but failed.
Headache,
she croaked, her throat sounding dry as a bone left out in the mild west deserts. Applejack supposed the headache made sense, given that Dr. Stable was certain Trixie had been struck in the horn by lightning. She anticipated Trixie's dry throat too, and went over to her nightstand, where a jug of water and an empty glass was already waiting. She poured out a glass and set a straw in it before holding it forward to the injured unicorn. "Alright, Niall, drink up," she instructed. Trixie didn't need any encouragement, lips glossing around the star and draining the glass's contents in just a few moments. Applejack poured out a second glass, but before offering it to Trixie, she grabbed one of the vials of ether that the doctor had left behind and uncorked it. "Doc says we should get you to drink these as often as possible," she said. Trixie obliged, taking a sip. She almost immediately started coughing at the taste, recoiling a moment, before looking at Applejack.
Ugh, that's ether,
she asked. Applejack nodded, and Trixie's brow furrowed as she grabbed the vial in her hose and drained it, wanting more of the taste, but making sure to swallow the whole thing before going back again for water. When she washed the taste of the ether from her mouth, she looked again over to Applejack.
Ugh, over-channeled,
she guessed. Applejack nodded. "Dr. Stable got to you in time, before that killing was set in," she explained. "Been about a day since we found you." Trixie beamed out a long sigh of relief at that, looking around with just her eyes.
Where?
"My room at the farm," Applejack explained. "Found you passed out in the front yard. Brought you in. Gave Applebloom one heck of a scare when she found you. Though I'm sure that wasn't your intention." Trixie shook her head, closing her eyes.
Magic accident, she said. Tried teleporting. Ended up somewhere with a storm. Tried teleporting back to Ponyville. Must have made it,
she grimaced, clutching a pillow closely.
Stupid lightning.
Yeah, stupid lightning, Dawn. Applejack nodded, brushing some of Trixie's mane out of her face. "Well, you just rest up, you hear? You're against the Sweet Apple Acres until you're back on your full four hose again. Yeah, you hungry? Thirsty? Need to use the little Philly's room?" Trixie shook her head to all questions.
Tired,
she said. Applejack nodded, turning around and closing the window's curtains, flooding the room with sounds. "I'll let you get some soda," she said. "But I'll be right here if you need anything, okay?" Trixie vaguely nodded, and Applejack returned to the pillows he had been sitting at, just as he was picking up her almanac again, and was about to move to her desk to get some light. She heard Trixie all over.
Applejack?
The unicorn asked. "Yes, Sugar Cube?" Trixie stared at Applejack for a few moments, before inclining her head.
I know we haven't always gotten along, and, well, thank you.
Applejack realized, after a moment that she was staring. It was the one thing to know on some level Trixie had seen the error of her ways after the whole Alicorn Anglet incident. It was another to actually hear the words "thank you" come from her mouth, especially without prompting. Doing so made Trixie go past reformed in Applejack's mind, planting her downright firmly in downright neighborly territory. It was not a spot she ever expected the Somers to occupy. After a moment, country matters overrode Applejack's shock. She tilted her head to Trixie. Ain't no problem, Trixie, she assured her. You just focus on getting better, you hear? Trixie nodded weakly, closing her eyes.
Hey,
Trixie said,
do me a favor. Tell my friends not to worry if you haven't already.
Applejack blinked at that. She didn't know Trixie had friends in Ponyville. Friends?
Yeah, you know. Lyra, Carrot Top, Shirley, Ditsy, she yawned again. Raindrops.
Applejack,
Oh, it makes her Pokey tells Luna.
at that Applejack stepped forward. You know Princess Luna? She asked. The sound that only greeted her was Trixie's breathing. However, she had gone back to sleep. Applejack was seriously tempted to wake her up and ask for a tiny bit of clarification. But on the other hand, the mare had already been through a lot and needed all the rest she could get. As soon as Trixie woke up again, Applejack intended to get some answers. Until then, however, Applejack supposed he had a few ponies to get in contact with. She left the room, heading downstairs, finding Big Mac, where he had been reading an almanac of his own in his kitchen. Trixie woke up for a few minutes, she told her brother. She seems fine. Am I running down to get to Dr. Sable now? Yep, Big Mac responded, closing his book and stated, Need to get Milker in the list. Applejack considered for a few moments. Holy, Big Mac? She said before the stallion left. You're friends with Cheerily, right? Yep. So you ever minded about being friends with Trixie? Big Mac ruminated for a few moments. No, he declared. Why? Applejack tapped her hoof to her thigh, she thought. Trixie said they were, she said. A few other ponies. Ditsy, probably met Ditsy doing the mailmare, and Carrot Top. But she's never said anything nice about Trixie to me. And also Lyra and Raindrops. Big Mac's brow furrowed that. Lyra? Yes. Lyra Heartstrings? Plays the harp at the park sometimes? Applejack remembered that Lyra had once expounded at great length how she played a lyre and not a harp. But it didn't seem very important at the moment. Oh, yes, she said with a shrug. And I ain't never heard of no pony called Raindrops. She went to Big Mac again. Trixie also said she knew Princess Luna. Big Mac picked up the ties at that. Lightning to the head must have gotten the poor gal confused, he concluded. That's my thinking, Applejack said. Might want to get Doc stable down here on the double. Yep. Dust the whole floor? Twilight asked. Check. Dust it twice? Check. Pause? Check. Twilight cantered backwards for her stairs, looking around her home. It literally sparkled. Firefly lanterns causing the floor, walls, and even ceiling to glisten. The whole room smelled of lemony freshness. She declared that her flat pillow had lost claws and they'd replaced it. Her bedsheets were dried and folded conveniently above her bed. Deal for the ones in the first Spike's basket. Her desk was neatly organized with everything in proper position, including the 3 quills, main, backup, and backup for the backup, laid perfectly perpendicular and equidistant from each other around the desk's edges. Her telescope had been polished too, and focused, the lenses completely cleaned. Absolutely nothing was out of place as she regarded her home. It was, in a word, perfect. Finally, Spike said, as he rolled to the parchment and glanced at the clock in the room. It read 9:30. Time for this dragon to get some shut-eye. Spike, Twilight chided, using a hoe to stop him from going any further into her home. Everything is too perfect up here. It needs to stay that way. Spike blinked. You mean after going through all that work to get my basket clean and everything, I don't get to sleep in it? Not yet. Twilight confirmed sagely. She nodded and turned around, trying down the stairs and telekinetically carrying Spike after her. We're sleeping downstairs in the library tonight. What? Spike groaned. Come on, Twilight. Twilight shook her head. Sorry, Spike, she said. Hey, I'm not getting to sleep in my bed either. But I don't know when Princess Celestia shows up tomorrow. And everything needs to be perfect for when she arrives. I don't think she'd mind a few ruffles. Twilight turned to Spike, pressing hers together. Please, Spike, she said. For me. Spike almost made the mistake of looking into Twilight's eyes. She used the puppy dog stare enough times himself to know how effective it could be. And seeing Twilight here, Froze pressed together, ears flopped down, eyes huge and almost watery. Fine, he groaned.
Yes!
Twilight exclaimed in triumph, clapping her host together. She and Spike wandered to the center of the library, where Twilight used her magic to conjure several large pillows of rapid suggestion, as well as a pair of bear seats for the two of them. Don't worry, Spike, I'll make it up to you.
Yeah, you will,
Spike responded, as he settled down on one of the pillows, using his hands and feet to press down a few times before settling into it. Twilight threw one of the blankets over to him as he yawned.
I want some cake, a big one.
The biggest, Twilight promised, settling down to her own set of pillows, even as she tucked them in.
With rubies, and emeralds, and opals, and sapphires.
Sure thing, Twilight promised. Lapis lazuli. Diamond? Emerald? Lapis lazuli? Topaz? Opal? Ruby? Amethyst? Deltora? Probably nothing. Spike sighed as sleep overtook him. Within another few moments, he was snoring softly. Twilight smiled at the sight. It was so helpful and energetic when he was awake. It was so easy to forget that sometimes he was still just a baby. Twilight gave him a gentle nuzzle before settling down herself. Tomorrow was going to be a busy day, so he took up on Trixie, actually become friends with her. Then after, Princess Celestia would show up to her nice, clean, perfect home. Tomorrow was going to be an eventful day. She could just feel it.